What's going on, everyone? How are you guys doing? It is March 22nd, 2021, and tonight it is Monday. So, of course, you already know it. Hashtag must be Monday, which also means it is time for the Monday Night Raw post show. How are you guys doing? Hopefully, you all had a great night, and oh man, hopefully you guys didn't suffer too bad sitting through tonight's show. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's show down in the chat. It was a brutal one for me, though. It was a brutal one for me, to say the least, man. Absolutely insane. Like, they booked Raw's entire WrestleMania in one night. No stories. Nothing really going on. Just some challenges. Not even some matches sometimes. In one instance. Actually, matter of fact, two instances. Marcel says, have you seen the new AEW match announced? I have not. Oh. A trios match. Laredo Kid. Wow. The Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler are taking on Rey Fenix, Penta, and Laredo Kid. Wow. That's cool. That's going to be awesome. That is going to be awesome. Leroy says Raw was all right for me. Well, glad that you thought it was all right. Glad that you thought it was all right, man. Let me get my stuff ready here. DJ says this Mania is going to suck. Yeah, man, I am not looking forward to this. I am not looking forward to this. Zach says no Pac. No, it's Laredo Kid filling in for him. Why, I have no idea. Maybe it's just a surprise to have Laredo Kid back. He was there a while ago. What was it? Tony Khan said Fyter Fest in 2019. So that'll be exciting to see him back. Very exciting. Philip says Raw was go. Raw was good. You liked it, Philip? Philip also says, after my Carlito picture, if I don't spam end of the show, can you leave Carlito picture on the screen of the end of the show? Can we walk out like this? I have to call it the Carlito picture. Sure, I'll leave the Carlito picture up till the end. Sure. JVOJ, how are you doing, my friend? Oh yeah, and actually I should shout everyone out. How's it going, Anthony? Good to see you. Philip as well. Already chatted with you. James Wheeler, OB James as well. Zach Stone, my fellow disciple. John Kaz, how you doing? Flash, always good to see you. Ayan, Chloe is here as well. She says, hey, J Rocks. Hey, J Rocks. Yes, hell yeah. Let's see here. Shane, how are you doing? My friend says, must be Monday. Must listen to AO Dub. Hell yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Leroy, how are you doing? Marcel as well. Letty, how are you doing, my friend? DJ Monster Gaming. Let's see here. Who else? October Zone. How are you doing, my friend? Nick as well. Safa, always good to see you. JVOJ as well. Basili is here. Hoodie, how are you doing? Bosley, how are you doing, my friend? Uh-oh. He says Philip already spamming. Uh-oh. We'll have chat decide at the end of the show if Philip gets his Carlito picture at the end as well. Something to look forward to. The choo-choo sound. Yeah, man. The choo-choo sound. Come on. So one more thing to add to the soundboard, right? I'll get it done. Muhammad says, by the way, you're missing an insane promo from Sheamus right now on Raw Talk. Yeah, I mean, I've never watched Raw Talk. I don't plan on watching Raw Talk. D&M, how you doing, my friend? Says, hope Charlotte Flair recovers from COVID. Get better, Queen. Yeah, that sucks to hear, man. Hopefully she is all good. Andrade did quote tweet her and said she's only got 4 more days left. So, and he was like, and she'll be hopefully back on the Monday Night Raw, the WrestleMania poster as well. How's it going, Jaden? How you doing, my friend? Jaden number 2 says, Hackerman 5000. Jaden is here. Hello, AOW. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Man, your DM earlier scared the hell out of me. I almost fell out of my chair. No lie. Scared the hell out of me. I saw first. How are you doing, my friend? Always a pleasure to see you as well. Nick says, that's BS. How Braun got to face Shane. Yeah. I'll never understand that. DJ Monster says, too bad it's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Roman versus Edge. You're not in for the triple threat? I'm excited for the triple threat personally. I think it's a better match. But maybe that's just my bias, considering that I think that the match should have been Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns from the start. Bosley says, I was waiting for the Fiend to ask Randy nicely to have a match at WrestleMania. Man, can you believe all of the WrestleMania things that they set up tonight? Really? This is WrestleMania? Okay, so get this too. Now that tonight is over, now that tonight is in the books, we have one more episode of Monday Night Raw. After that episode, it's the go home episode of Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's it. 2 more episodes of Raw before WrestleMania. How? This is why Fastlane should not even be in the picture. It's insane. Absolutely insane. How they're hotshot booking WrestleMania. The grandest stage of them all. The biggest wrestling event in the entire world. It's just going to be hotshot booked right before our eyes. I just don't understand. Zach says, so there were rumors that he was going to squash Orton at WrestleMania and then do a cinematic match at Money in the Bank. This needs to end at Mania, man. Why not just give us the cinematic match at Mania? I hope that's not true, man. I hope that's not true. You guys probably know, if you've been following me since the debut of The Fiend. The Fiend is one of my favorite characters of all time. And I think that The Fiend had the potential to be your next WrestleMania. Or Jesus, I'm looking at the words WrestleMania. The Fiend had the potential to be your next Undertaker. He was, to me, he was that legendary of a character. And now I don't even care to see him on my screen. I don't really care. I have almost zero hype for The Fiend. What they did tonight, meh. That's all. Just meh. I don't really care. I'm not interested. And I think it's just, I don't know. Is it just the feud that has been delayed for so long? Like they said, Randy Orton was like, it feels like yesterday since I burned The Fiend alive. And they did a flashback to 3 months ago. 3 months we've been dealing with this nonsense of literally nothing. It's super frustrating to see how the mighty have fallen, if I'm being honest. Like, that is way too long for a feud. 3 months in WWE for a feud is crazy. That's crazy. And that's just the Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss feud for 3 months. That doesn't include all of the other times that Randy Orton and The Fiend were feuding as well. So well over 3 months, probably somewhere around 5 months if I had to guess, right? And it's like, come on, man. You can do better than this. It's The Fiend. For the love of God, it is The Fiend. He can do whatever the hell he wants. He's like a crazy demonic killer clown guy. He can do anything. He's magical. He just rose from hell after being burned alive. He changed the Universal Championship strap from red to blue at a flash of an eye. And this is the best that you have for him? He comes out, gets RKO'd, and then mandible claws Randy Orton and has Alexa Bliss point out a sign? I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out how this is the best thing that you can do with someone like this. Someone who defies literally anything and everything. They could do whatever the hell they want. And they just do the classic point at the WrestleMania sign? Come on now. Like, God damn it, dude. Marcel says the Undertaker could put on bangers though. Yeah, I mean, but like the stories would be so good, man. Let's see here. Jaden says, I will fill your DMs with pictures of Goldberg and Shane McMahon. Oh God, please no. Please no. Anything but that. Anything but that. Flash says Fastlane was made for Peacock. Of course it was pointless. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see how they wanted to do Peacock so that they could get somewhat of the glitches out of the way before WrestleMania, but I mean, look at how much the product is suffering because of all this nonsense. Like, the formula of having a pay-per-view every 3 to 4 weeks is gonna kill them. It's gonna kill them. It's too much of a formula. They need to be stretched out further. At least like take away half of them. Give us 6 pay-per-views a year, and then you can do the gimmicky stuff like Raw Legends Night, Raw in your face. No, wait, sorry. Raw in your face. You know, you could do the gimmicky shit like that. You know, the NXT and AEW do as well. You could do those to have like bigger Monday Night Raws or bigger Friday Night SmackDowns to you know, kind of fill the gap if you need something bigger to happen on a show. I don't think that would be a problem, but having 12 pay-per-views a year is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Zach says Windham is a genius. WWE have absolutely ruined this man's creativity. Case in point, Super Showdown. Yeah, like I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I wonder if there's I wonder if it's possible for him to ever leave. Because I would love to see someone like Bray Wyatt just unleashed. Creative freedom, able to do whatever it is that he wants. Could you imagine? It would be incredible. Absolutely incredible. Marcelo says, by the way, the Dark Elevation main event was killer. What was it? What was the main event for Elevation tonight? October Zone says, it's so funny because you can point to a sign and it automatically becomes official. Yeah, I mean, this is the second time in a row. Last year, I mean, Alexa Bliss pointed at it for him this time, but last year he pointed at it for John Cena, and that was super corny too. Super corny. Jaden says, don't hate they added the fire to the WrestleMania sign. Is this going to turn into a gimmick match too? Or like, are the Fiend and Randy Orton just going to have like a real match? Oh, so Tony Khan tweeted out something else. He said, with Pac recovering from injuring his ankle at Revolution, he's not yet cleared for the tag title shot with Rey Fenix and Young Bucks. So Death Triangle are bringing back the Lucha Brothers' original AEW Trios partner, Laredo Kid, to get the edge ahead of the title match. There you go. Could you imagine if it was La Sombra? Could you just imagine how beautiful it would be? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's see here. Jaden says, respect your Hacker Man 5000. I will send a figure to your house. Oh my God. I wouldn't know what to do with my life, man. I wouldn't know what to do. Mosley says, AOW, I recommend you put a picture of Goldberg on your phone home screen. It really makes you realize that Goldberg is the GOAT. Oh my God. I'd throw my phone across the world. I'd just have to launch it into the sky. There's no way. I'd be too terrified. I would be too terrified. Layla Hirsch versus Ryo. Oh, I love Layla Hirsch, man. I'm gonna have to check that out. Layla Hirsch is awesome, man. I'm so glad that AEW signed her. That's incredible. I feel like she's very talented. I feel like she'll be a great asset for them at the end of the day. D&M says, I would make the Fiend the longest reigning Universal Champion and he would still be the champion, meaning he never lost it to Jonberg. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Well, I mean, I personally would have never put the title on him anyways, because he's clearly not someone that needs a title. Maybe later on down the line if you're trying to stretch out the Fiend character or something like that, but to me it should always just be story driven. Like every single thing that the Fiend does needs to be heavily story driven, and I'm sure that Bray Wyatt's capable of doing it. They're probably just dumb as hell and, you know, just trying to hotshot book everything. The Fiend has been off TV for 3 months. They couldn't have brought him back at any time before this. They couldn't have even like really teased it. They just had to have Alexa Bliss for 3 months doing nothing. Flash says, just imagine Windham with the Liberty that Matt Hardy got back in the day in Impact. I'd love it. I'd love it, man. He would change the landscape for all sorts of cinematic stuff. You know, ultimately, I would just love to see him do like a side project or something, like maybe like just a book of the mythos behind the Fiend and like Sister Abigail, or like some sort of movie or whatever it is, a comic book, like whatever. I don't care. I would just love to see him tell a story of all that stuff. I think it'd be super interesting. John says there's going to be cockroaches projected on the ring again at Mania. Oh God, not that again. That was interesting. That's for sure. Good Lord. Marcel says, don't you love when AEW gives logic? Yeah, God, I wish everyone would do it. I love logic. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And I can't just throw it out the window. I'm 31 years old. All right. Like, I can't just be like, oh, okay. That makes no sense. Like, fuck it. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I saw first says, how Sheamus become a jobber for Lashley and Drew? What is going on here? Sheamus was on a hot streak. Yeah, I mean, you know, this is, I'll always feel a little bit different about stuff like this. When you have people like Sheamus who can put on really, really, really good matches, very high quality, I don't mind people taking an L. You know, they probably shouldn't have taken as many in feuds that Sheamus has, but I still don't look at Sheamus as like a loser like I would The Miz or John Morrison. Like, I still feel like there's two completely different things, even though they're kind of similar in terms of wins and losses, but everything else is much different when you have someone who can go for 25 minutes, beat the hell out of each other, go toe to toe with some of the best in the business, as opposed to just these like 3 or 4 minute little crap matches. You know what I mean? So, and even with Peyton Royce today, we'll talk about that in a little bit here, but Peyton Royce going against Asuka, you know, that's how I envision these championship matches should be. Or when a championship wrestles and their championship is not on the line. Here you have Peyton Royce, who's trying to get an opportunity, you know, and all of that stuff. And she puts on a good one with Asuka, but of course, Asuka's the champion. She's the best on Raw, right? She's supposed to be the number one person. So Peyton Royce being able to go toe to toe with her, hold her own, but she still takes the L. I don't think that makes her look weak. I think it makes her look much better. 10, 11, 12, 15 minutes, whatever it is that you need them to go, let them go. Asuka looks good for having a long match. Peyton Royce looks good for being able to hold her own against one of the best in the division for that long. I think it's a win-win for everyone. And I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they don't do it. They just do roll-ups, distraction finishes, whatever it is. Like, it's crazy. Zach says night 1, Drew versus Lashley, Banks versus Belair, Miz versus Bad Bunny. Also, Miz versus Bad Bunny, Miz versus Bad Bunny. They showed that graphic like 3 times. Bob says Laredo Kid is making his Dynamite debut. Yes, he is. Going to be exciting. Going to be exciting. Marcel says you and Brian Alvarez would be friends given you both love logic. Oh God, I don't want the type of hate that man gets. Quality says, homie, you got to tell us what the gaming channel is. Sure, man. I got you. I haven't uploaded for a little bit. I apologize. Okay, I apologize. Damn it, I hate it when it changes to like the URL. It's terrible. Want that? Here's the gaming channel for those interested. So yeah, I'm gonna start playing games soon again. I promise. Let's see here. Jan says AEW, how are they going to build the matches that were made official today? It's just 2 weeks. I know, right? It's crazy. It's not that long for WrestleMania. John says Sheamus versus Riddle could be money. I hope Vince doesn't mess that one up. Yeah, that's a tough one. Marcel says if Sheamus gets a U.S. title win or U.S. title shot, wins and loses matter jack shit. Yeah. I mean, you know, sometimes you just gotta smash a scooter. You know. Sometimes if you want a title shot, you gotta ask, point at a sign, or break a scooter. You know. I guess that's the lesson we learned today. John says AOW Fall Guys gameplay. Is there a new Fall Guys out? I think there might be. I need to return to Fall Guys. I got a victory in Fall Guys the last time I played it. And I logged off afterwards because I felt goated. I was like, you know what? I won finally. So I'm done. I'm done. Did I watch the Orton podcast with Stone Cold? No, I have not watched that yet. I need to though, for sure. Need to watch it. Pac-Man says if they do a triple threat, Reigns gotta win. See, I think that if it's a triple threat, I think that Edge is going to win. That's what I think. Marcel says, when I won a game of Fortnite for the first time, I quit. Go out like a real G. That's right. I used to win all the time in Fortnite, like when it first started. And then, I don't know, like in season 1 or season 2 or something, like the OGs. And then they did like the third one. And like, I just always lost and I never went back to it. Never went back to it. Joe Papa Nation says, Cap, you never won at Fall Guys. Oh, sir. My good sir. I have posted my Fall Guys victory on my Instagram as proof. It's it'll be immortalized forever. My trophy on my Instagram page for winning Fall Guys. That's how I roll. And my Twitter too. So it's searchable. October Zone says AOW, I think the Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker match was better than Raw in total. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. D&M says, I wish they could add Cedric and Shelton to the Raw tag team title and make it a triple threat tag and win back the title. It does not make sense for them to lose the titles. I know it probably just means that they're going to put the titles on AJ Styles and Omos. I'm not sure why that had to come at the hands of the New Day and not Shelton and Cedric, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of things that frustrate me in WWE, and one of them is with that kind of stuff. Like, Shelton and Cedric Alexander lost their tag team championships. No rematch in sight. Drew McIntyre loses his WWE championship. No rematch in sight. And he got screwed out of his, by the way. The Miz and Bobby Lashley, they run that back. Miz loses to Bobby Lashley. He gets a rematch. Everyone gets rematches in the women's tag team championship division. And Lana and Naomi are trying to get a rematch for the titles, considering that they just lost. And it's like, there's just no consistency. No consistency whatsoever. It's so confusing. They themselves have said that there's no more rematches. It's gone. No rematches. Yet here we are having rematches all the time. I just don't understand. Andre says 2 weeks is more than enough if they just get things going like tonight. It was a good show. Oh, glad you enjoyed the show, man. Anthony says, AOW, maybe you should point out a random sign and see what happens. You know what? Maybe I'll go get an AOW Underground side made and I'll just point at it and see what happens. Maybe someone will show up. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a match. I don't know. No Hack says, hey, AOW, have we started anything yet? No, we're just kind of hanging out and chatting. We will start the show here in just a minute, I would assume. Alex says, no retribution tonight. Yeah, isn't that crazy how they ran an angle and then just didn't even follow up with it the next night? Marcel says, who's going to main event night 1? Sasha Banks and Bianca or Drew and Bobby? Definitely Drew and Bobby. There's no way they're going to put Sasha and Bianca. At this point, I don't think so. I don't know. Bob says Jeff Hardy would be better on SmackDown. Even if his losses, he would have better matches. Yeah, poor Jeff Hardy, man. Feels bad. Feels bad. October's Own says, do you think they broke up the Undisputed Era early? What do you mean? The Undisputed Era is fine. There's nothing going on there. Bosley says Jeff should have never re-signed. Yeah, I agree. Zach says, get the sign and you'll get that small loan of $69 million. Yeah, I'm working on it, man. I'm trying. I'm sweating out here I'm running back and forth trying to get in touch with all of these angel investors here. We just need a small donation of $69 million US to get AOW Underground off of the ground. But don't worry, like I said, there will be Ric Flair. Obi James says, funny, the one time I kind of wanted to see Retribution and they aren't on Raw. Yep, that's pretty much how it works. That is pretty much how it works. Flash says, my friend, did you watch BTE today? John Silver's training clip is wonderful. I have not seen BTE yet. I was waiting for my fiance to get home. We usually watch it together, but we had a ton of stuff to do and like make dinner and all that stuff. And I had some work to do before Raw kicked off. So I didn't have enough time. So we'll probably watch it when she gets home tomorrow. I did see like the screenshots that they posted of it though. Quality Guy says, can WWE save WrestleMania instead of it feeling like 2 nights of Raw with SmackDown roster? I'm sure that they could pull it off. I'm sure that they could. You know, their last pay-per-views, except for, I mean, Fastlane's kind of a give or take. Like, it was, the end was good, the beginning not so much. So, you know, other than that, their pay-per-views before have been really good. So hopefully they follow suit with that and they're able to deliver. Although, man, like, I'm looking at these matches and I'm like, how am I supposed to enjoy this? Like, some of it is pretty brutal, man. Like the Miz versus Bad Bunny. Like, oh damn, okay. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka will be good, but is Rhea Ripley gonna wrestle before that? AJ Styles and Omos versus the New Day. Like, Omos hasn't wrestled yet. Drew versus Bobby Lashley, I have no real interest in. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. Haha, choo choo. Bro, like, I don't want to see that at all. Flash says, Kenny Omega on Impact tomorrow. Yes, we'll have to see what happens. We will have to see what happens. I can't wait until Kenny Omega starts collecting some world championships. I think it's long overdue, man. Long overdue for that. Caden says Omos has wrestled on NXT live events, just not live TV yet. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what I meant though, for actual Monday Night Raw and all that good stuff. Let's see here. Joe Papa Nation says BTE broke my heart. Oh no. Oh no. Flash says Undisputed Era Hurt Business. The Elite Team Taz are just fine. Yes, they are. You know who's not fine though? The Foot Clan. They are in shambles. Shambles. You'll love to see it. Love to see it. Jaden says, dude, I told you give me 69 million years and I'll have that small salary of 69 million to get AOW Underground off of the ground with Ric Flair. Hopefully. No Ric Flair, hopefully. AOW Underground will have Ric Flair. Or there will be no AOW Underground. I promise you that. I promise you that. Marcel says Dynamite card looks stacked. Does it? I have not seen what it looks like. AEW. Basilica says I loved this week's BTE. Good. I'm gonna have to check that out. Andre says that's the problem about having 2 nights of Mania. They just have to fill the card. Yeah. I still, I'm not sure that I'm on board for that. Okay, I'm yawning already. Where is the AEW card? Oh, also I saw that they paired Jade Cargill up with Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero. Interesting. Very interesting. Where is the Dynamite match card? Where are you? I don't see you. FTR and Sean Spears versus the Varsity Blondes and Dante Martin. That is one of them. The other trios, 2 trios matches. I don't know. I'll find it later. I will find it later. Caden says, oh yeah, Aleister Black. Aleister Black. I wish that there was news about Aleister Black. I really wish there was. I would love to figure out what's going on with him. Let's see here. Bosley says Drew main eventing WrestleMania 2 years in a row. You love to see it, right? I just hope that he doesn't walk out with the World Championship again. I think it's time for Bobby Lashley to have his reign. I think it's time. But who knows? Maybe they'll do the whole, well, there's fans in attendance, so we might as well put it back on Drew McIntyre. Bleh. Especially since they're just screwing the Hurt Business right now. And you know that if Shelton and Cedric, if they end up at some point parting ways with the Hurt Business, and the Hurt Business implodes, then Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin are just going to be off TV. They're not going to keep him on TV. That's what WWE does. They just take him off TV and it's over. They did the same thing with Murphy. I thought that at the end of that thing, as soon as they paired Seth Rollins and Murphy together, I was like, okay, this is going to end badly. They're going to feud. Murphy's going to win and he's going to be a goddamn star. He's going to be a superstar. Nope. No, he was not. And afterwards, he was just taken off of TV. And then guess what? They randomly put him back on TV for 2 weeks in the same exact role. I'm like, okay, whatever then. Obi James says, look on the bright side. The Big Show won't be the real main event of Mania. That is right. Well, the Big Show will not be in the main event of WrestleMania. I still can't believe that. Jesus. Quality says, do you think that NXT should be at WrestleMania? I'm not sure it's even considered a developmental place anymore. Even Cassius Ohno said it himself. I would love for NXT to be a part of WrestleMania, but WWE does not seem to care about NXT anymore. I don't think they care. To me, I hate to say it, I'm sorry to say it, but to me, I feel like currently in the landscape where everything is, I feel like Vince just sees NXT as a source of taking 100, 200, 300,000 viewers away from AEW for Dynamite. That's all I see it to them as. I feel like they don't really care about NXT. It's not as special as it used to be. They hotshot book like crazy. They counter like crazy. And, you know, it's just, I don't know. I think it's so obvious, too. I really feel like it's super obvious. And, you know, they had them a part of Survivor Series, and then after that, they're just completely gone, even though they won. NXT won Survivor Series. And then they just disappeared. No trace of them whatsoever. It's crazy. So hopefully the rumors are true that NXT is moving to Tuesdays. I haven't heard about any changes about that happening. So hopefully it still remains true. And hopefully in 3 weeks, the Wednesday Night Wars will be completely over. Completely over. And I've also heard some rumblings that if NXT does actually make the change to Tuesday, there's quite a few people who said that Impact will move to Thursday. So, very interesting if that were to happen. Very, very interesting. Bob says, I missed 2018 NXT. Yeah, man, I missed the WWE Network NXT so much. It was so good back in the day. Marcel says, I'll just tell you, Omega versus Sydal, FTR and Spears versus Dante Martin and Varsity Blondes, Young Bucks and Cutler versus the Lucha Brothers and Laredo Kid, Nyla Rose versus Ty Conti, and Darby versus John Silver for the TNT Championship. Hell yeah, that is a stacked card. That is a good one. I like it. I like it a lot. That's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that. Raphael says, yeah, that's the problem. They break someone off so they can do their own thing, and then they just flop. We saw that with Murphy, Otis, Tucker, Peyton Royce, etc. Yep. And you know, like, speaking of flopping, Ricochet was in the room when they mentioned all of that stuff. So I'd be curious to know if Ricochet will take Bobby Lashley up on his offer, and if he will be the one to try to take out Drew McIntyre. How crazy would that be? That would rule. That would absolutely rule. Oh God, my chat is screwing up here. Zach says, oh, and another rumor regarding NXT, Cross will not win the NXT title at Stand and Deliver because he's being moved to the main roster soon. Oh man, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. No hacks with the membership. Thank you so much, man. No Hacks has become a disciple. Thank you so much for your support. Some woos for No Hacks. You get a green name now, a cool scarab next to you, and you also get access to my custom emoji. My too sweet emoji from my gaming channel. There you go, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Anthony says, what if it's Humberto? That'd be crazy since he's all like jacked now, you know? That would be so wild. That would be so wild. Marcel, did you see Humberto? Yeah, I saw him in the back with his little stash. I saw that. Venom says some people are saying that the Fiend that was at Fastlane wasn't Bray, and that might have been Bo Dallas. He appeared smaller and thinner. I mean, yeah, he did appear smaller. Was there a difference in the body types over the comparisons? I'm trying to look at the pictures that I posted. I don't think it would be Bo. Where is the picture of the Fiend? No, the body types they look right to me. They look the same. Look the same to me. The Fiend's new gear is bad. It's kind of weird. It is kind of weird, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I like I said, I don't think that he'll be that way for very long, hopefully. But we'll see. GNM says, can you imagine a heel Ricochet? I honestly can't. I don't know if I can either. But you know, maybe to me, I think that her business should be faces anyways. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind them trying to figure out what to do. I saw first as Dave Meltzer did report WWE's plan to have Bo Dallas have a run with his brother. What? With like the Fiend gimmick? No. That would be crazy. That'd be crazy. Marcel says somebody said Bobby versus Drew double turn at Mania. Interesting. But okay, so with the if there was a double turn at Mania, who walks out with the championship? Who walks out as WWE champion? A face Bobby Lashley or a heel Drew McIntyre? Marcel says Drew. I still don't like that. I still don't like it. I do not want Drew McIntyre walking out of WrestleMania as the WWE champion. Bob says, doing my homework while you talk. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. JBOJ says, Dave Meltzer can be full of shit sometimes. Or, you know, you can always hit people with the good old fashioned plans change. Plans change. Anthony says, could you imagine a heel Fiend? Never. Because apparently the Fiend is a face. A murdering, devilish, killer clown from hell is a face, I guess, because people like him. Marcel says Drew turning heel and not winning wouldn't make sense. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But damn, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Drew as WWE champion again. James says, I'm here. That frozen yogurt was so bleeping good. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Glad you enjoyed it. John says, Meltzer gonna be Meltzer? Yes. Raphael says, I think a big part of why NXT isn't as good anymore is because they lost so many of the people that made NXT so great. Zayn, Owens, Joe, Nakamura, Black, Andrade, Lee, Riddle, Ricochet, etc. Yeah, I mean, well, they lost most of those before. I mean, they were still really good on the network. I mean, they did have Riddle, Lee, and Ricochet at that time. And I guess Black. But they still have a lot of really good people on NXT. There's still a lot of really good people on NXT. I think that the problem is they're just trying to compete. Caden says, just noticed Philip isn't here. It's he he can't resist spamming, so he's just got to come in every once in a while. Marcel says, AOW, do you know the GOAT Fuego del Sol? Yes. Yes, I know who Fuego is. Bob says, hopefully this year's night after Mania is actually good. Yeah, I hope so too, man. I hope so too. I hope they really change it all around, because I mean, we're going to be stuck watching wrestling every single night for like 9 days, 10 days or something like that. So, whew, maybe even longer actually. Yeah, because we'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So yeah, 10 days. 10 days. Did I see the tornado DDT he did on QT Marshall? No, I did not. Was it on Elevation today? Peyton says Philip took a trip to the NXT parking lot. He gonna beat up some people while he's there. Bob says Philip said he was coming back on Wednesday. Oh, so he's not even gonna be here? I can't give him a Carlito picture if he's not here. Matt says, hey, sorry I'm late. How was Asuka versus Peyton? It was pretty good. They didn't really seem to have that much chemistry at the beginning, but they put it together. I thought it was good. Marcel says it was on Dark like 2 weeks ago. They've been building to that moment for 6 months. Damn. I'll have to check it out. Daryl says, AOW, I'm sorry I haven't been here, but I am back. What's good? How you doing, my friend? No worries. I'm always here for the post shows, always here for the videos. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I really do. James says, wait, Elevation wasn't a one-time thing? No, it's every single Monday, my friend. Every single Monday. Leroy says NXT still has Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa, Kyle O'Reilly, Pete Dunne, etc. Yeah, I mean the rest of the Undisputed Era. Walter's there right now. Tons of people there. Marcel says Aleister Black tweeted out to Andrade. Did he? Aleister Black. Man, I miss Aleister Black so much. It's a shame. He says Andrade goes synonymous with my WWE career. My first opponent and the opponent I won the belt from. From start to finish, a total pro, and in my opinion, few have his footwork, ability to commit and execute in-ring techniques. Amigo, thank you for everything. Now, if you could just tell me how you did it so I could get out too. That last part wasn't a part of it, but Matt says Brock Lesnar versus Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania. Oh God. I'd be so pissed off if WWE had Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania and they didn't put him against Bobby Lashley. Ugh. Eric Diaz says rate from 1 to 10 Bad Bunny's guitar shot, a solid 10. That geek, The Miz, needed to get hit in the back with a guitar. Raphael says, I heard someone say that when Lashley said he was going to find someone to take out McIntyre and get a title opportunity, it's going to be Lesnar. That was so, okay. I'll probably talk about that a little bit more in depth when we get there, but I loved that segment so much. Like Bobby trying to go out of his way and hire someone to take out, or not hire someone, but get someone to take out Drew McIntyre in exchange for a WWE Championship match. Hey, I'm all for that. It's just the people that he was talking to. Akira Tozawa, Humberto Carrillo, Drew Gulak, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, and Ricochet. Do any of those guys really seem like they could take out Drew McIntyre? Though all of those guys spend all of their time chasing around R-Truth for the 24/7 championship. I don't even think all of those guys at once could take out Drew McIntyre where he is now. So like that was a little frustrating talking about that or seeing that happen, but I like the idea. So maybe that will extend to more people as well. That would be really cool. I would love to see that. James Wheeler with the $5 donation. Thank you so much, man. $5 super chat. He says you deserve to have AOW Underground. Thank you so much, man. Here's some moves for my good old buddy James. Now we just need $69 million minus 5. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Obi James says bell rings. Claymore 1, 2, 3. Chloe says Humberto can take out McIntyre with ease. Yeah, I mean, maybe if he's just chilling there eating a Lunchable, you know what I mean? Let's see here. Did I miss anything? Caden says, why is my fellow North Carolina native Jeff Hardy losing every week? It's brutal, right? It's brutal. DNM says if Andrade goes to a different wrestling company, he better become a world champion. Better yet, multi-time. I know, man. I completely agree. And you know, luckily in the current landscape of wrestling, everyone else is kind of working together here. So maybe some dream matches can happen with Andrade no matter where he goes. You know, if he goes to AEW, they're still working with Impact. They're working with New Japan. Sounds good to me. If he goes to, I mean, I hope that he doesn't go to Ring of Honor because I don't watch Ring of Honor. And I'm going to have to start watching Ring of Honor if the GOAT Andrade is there. But if he does, he can go be with Rush. And then, you know, maybe they can come over to AEW and bring Ring of Honor into that little partnership. Andre says Tama Tonga was calling for Andrade. Yeah, I loved that. Tama Tonga tweeted at Andrade, and then Andrade posted a picture of him like suplexing him. And then he said, oh no, not the leopard panties. That was great. That was great. Simply says, first time joining the live. What's up? How's it going, Simply? How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? We're about to get into the show here. Oh, holy hell, it's been 52 minutes. Holy hell. All right, yeah, we got to get into the show here. Charles says, imagine Keith Lee taking out Drew. I'd be down for that. Keith Lee in the Hurt Business? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Basili says, AOW, I have a question. Whose idea was it to dress up The Miz and John Morrison as literal bunny rabbits? Probably them. They're probably having the time of their life being a bunch of geeks on TV. And I don't know. It just doesn't translate well. I'm so tired of The Miz and John Morrison in their current form. Like, I don't know. I'm just over it. Marcel says Andrade is most likely going to Ring of Honor. I wouldn't be surprised, but I will be upset. I will be upset. I'm not going to lie. And I also, you know, I really want Andrade to pair back up with Thea Trinidad wherever they go. Bob says Philip is here. Philip says, do you know who needs to be WWE champion? It's Wade Barrett. Maybe at WrestleMania, man. Maybe at WrestleMania. Leroy says, I could see Andrade as Impact X Division champion. Impact would be a pretty good place for him to go. You sounding the Philip alarm there? James says, Randy Orton said bullshit on a PG program on live TV. Did he? People were saying that last week on Raw that Bad Bunny called The Miz a cocksucker or something like that on TV. but like in Spanish or whatever. That's hilarious to me. Marcel says the Impact is beneath him. So do you see, Marcel, do you see Ring of Honor being above Impact? I don't watch Ring of Honor. So I've watched, 2 episodes, I think, of Ring of Honor. I can't tell you. It was sometime after the Elite left. So sometime like right at the beginning or right before the formation of AEW. Maybe AEW was even actually a thing. Sometime around that time frame though, and it was not for me. I did not like anything about the presentation or anything for that. Rafa says Bad Bunny is goated. Yeah, for that line alone. It's crazy. I wonder if they were pissed. DNM says Miz should be his 2016-18 self, and Morrison should be having great singles run. If they're teaming up, make them like their 07-09 selves. Yeah, I mean, I don't get the Miz in his current form. Maybe it's just not for me. I don't know. Maybe the rest of the world really loves it, but from what I see online, it doesn't really seem like people like it. I don't know. Maybe they think that that's great that people don't like it, and they're like, haha, such good heels. People don't really like The Miz and John Morrison. They're doing their job. But it's more so like, I want to turn off my TV type deal. Marcel says yes, in terms of the style he wants. It's more pure wrestling and all of his friends are there. And they have a better roster even if they are unknown. Marcel says Andrade tweeted back at Aleister Black and said they will face each other again in a few years. Oh, God. Let me see. Tweets and replies. We will meet again in a ring in a few years. You are a great talent and a good friend. A big hug, Tommy End. Damn, man. Damn. The future is exciting. The future is exciting. Thea Trinidad also tweeted at him earlier. And it's so good. It's so good. I have to read it. She said, since the moment I met you, I knew that you not only were an amazing person, but also one of the most talented in this business, and you'd be successful no matter what. I'm so grateful to know you, share these memories, and have a brother for life. Love you, Hermano. Hashtag Tranquilo for life. And he said, hashtag Tranquilo for life. Munet, I don't know how to say that. I'm not going to butcher it. D&M says, is it me or was Lashley funny when he was talking to the jobbers backstage? I liked it. I just wish there would have been more dominant people back there. That's all. Bosley says, whenever I see Braun, I just get off Raw. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that, Bob. I don't know how to say that. Unfortunately. Raphael says the two funniest things about this show were the Braun train sound effects and how when they were going through the WrestleMania card, the Miz and Bad Bunny graphic kept showing. Yeah, like 3 times. James says I was actually hyped to see Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. I just wish they would have done more. That's all. Doll in English. Well, I meant like I don't know how to like say it. You want me to Google translate it? All right. We will have Google tell us. Okay. Detect the language. It means wrist. Oh, okay. So if the the translations are pretty crazy. It says wrist, doll, or dummy. Interesting. All right. I think you guys should be able to hear this.
Muñeca.
Muñeca. Muñeca.
Muñeca.
Muñeca.
Muñeca.
All right. Now I know how to say it. Muñeca.
Muñeca.
We all learned something special today. Muñeca. Perfect. I saw first as whenever I see Braun, I get the feeling of flipping cars. Oh God. And slime. Don't forget slime. Oh God. Now I'm gonna get in trouble. You're not pronouncing it that bad? Well, I'm just pronouncing it how Google Translate pronounces it. Google Translate gonna get me in trouble here? Can it get me in trouble? Bob says, where's Nicholas? Yeah, where is Nicholas? Obi James says, Rhea's first day on Raw gets a title match at Mania. Just goes to show you how bad the Raw women's division is. I know, right? It's so bad. I'm wondering if this is rushed or if they had other plans. Because Coach says, will you ever take live callers? We do sometimes on Discord. I'll have to figure out another show to do that on. Because I do like doing that. But we'll have to figure out something else to do it. Damn, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Rhea Ripley. That's right. I'm wondering if this was like a last minute change because they announced, or Charlotte said that she has COVID. So I'm wondering, how much of this changed and how much of it we're going to see again. Like, was it supposed to be Charlotte versus Asuka at WrestleMania, and then maybe Rhea would insert herself into it? With Andrade saying that Charlotte only has 4 more days left, maybe Charlotte's going to get inserted into it as well. So maybe the match will be Charlotte versus Asuka versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. Zach says, oh, just quickly off topic. I appreciate the DM earlier today, my man. Thank you, Detective. Anytime, my friend. Anytime. Always feel free to reach out if you guys ever need anything. My DMs, they're always open. Always open. James says, no hype for the Royal Rumble equals sad. No hype for Elimination Chamber equals sad. No hype for Fastlane equals sad. No hype for WrestleMania equals what the heck, Vince echoed. What the heck, Vince? There you go. And you know what is even more sad is that after WrestleMania, the no hype for blank will be retired. It will be retired. Matt says, when does the USA Network drop the hammer on VKM? I don't know, man. I mean, probably never, actually, to be honest. The show is down a lot. Yes, they've lost a ton of viewers, but Monday Night Raw is typically the top 3 shows every night, by a good amount too. I think by a pretty good amount. So I can't see them being dropped as long as they're performing well. Their viewership may be down, but their demos are always very good. Let's see here. Bosley says, did you see that Lacey was supposed to win the women's championship? Yeah, I think we all figured that it was going to be Lacey that wins it, and then Lacey versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. God, I'm so glad that we didn't get that match. DNM says, if I had a dime for every time I hear the word stupid during the Braun versus Shane feud, I'd be cashing out. Me too, man. If I got a dime for all of that, we'd be cashing out and heading to AOW Underground. We'd be so rich. Marcel says, you seen the women Snyder Cut meme? I have not. You'll have to send it to me. James says, Raw tonight was such good shit. Glad you enjoyed it. I saw first as you pronounce it correctly. Is a doll, and Monaco can be used for Spanish compliment in reference to a pretty man. Well, good to know. Thank you, my friend. Good to know. Matt says, I mean, USA Network drops VKM and demands Triple H to take the lead. I mean, I don't think they don't have the ability to make that happen. And, as long as the demos are there, the networks are going to be fine. Flash says, AOW, I need money in or MIB so I can forget everything with the the gardener among men and the heavy breathing man. Yeah, we need the men in black. Have those little pen flasher things to make us all forget. Victor says, I hope WrestleMania is the reset for WWE and all these feuds like they used to. I would hope so, man. I really hope so. I need something different. I really need something different because this stuff is it's just not it. It ain't it, man. It just ain't it. All right, so it's been over an hour now. Let's talk about this show. But before we get into the show, if you're here and you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Working our way there. We're at like 13 something right now. Also, please make sure to hit that like button as well. I see someone has been trigger happy with the dislike button. 6 dislikes. You love to see it, man. Someone was pissed off somewhere on Instagram, I would assume. You love to see it. Also, super chats are open. They are not required, but they are open. All super chat revenue and membership revenue will be going towards the camera for the face reveal. It's coming. And I actually just messaged someone on eBay earlier, And I'm trying to buy the A6100 instead of waiting for so long because I have no idea when they're actually going to come in. So this guy has a 6100, the Elgato 4K cam link, and the Sigma 16 lens that I want to. So trying to get that. So all of that stuff goes towards that. And also, if you want to become a member and support the channel as well, you can become a disciple today. You can become a disciple today. If it's not there on your screen, you can just click the link in the chat to become a disciple today and get some moves. Get some moves. Matt says, is Drew Gulak still under contract? Yes. He was in the he was on Raw today, kind of. James says, Braun, Shane with his anti-opponent t-shirts. Yeah. What's my favorite WrestleMania stage of all time? Oh, I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. Marcel says, AOW, I DM you the most gruesome wrestling clip in your DMs. Take a look. It's quick. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right. I'm looking. Where is it? I'm not seeing it. You say you sent it on... Oh, did you send it on Twitter? Is that why? No? Oh, I don't see any. I don't see it on Instagram. What is your Instagram name? Maybe I'm just looking over it. Anthony says, I feel WWE broke their 8K camera because they have not used it at all. Have they not? Q? Yeah, I don't have it on here. Oh, now I just got it. Okay. Yeah, I just got it. I thought so. Okay. Okay, I just got it. Here we go. All right, I'm watching. Holy sh... Oh my God. Bro, what the hell? Like, these people getting smashed through cars? Oh, some lady like gets powerbombed through like the rear windshield of a car. And then some other guy dives on top of one. Jesus, good Lord. Who do I think is gonna have the best WrestleMania entrance? Hopefully the Fiend. Hopefully the Fiend, man. JBOJ says WrestleMania 33 stage was one of my favorites. That one was good. That one was good. I missed the special stages for every single pay-per-view. That was so good. So good. I miss it. James says Ric Flair can be out there and present the AOW championship on Underground. Hell yeah. Some moves for that. I support that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Vanch, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Lucha Backyard Wrestling. Good Lord. It's crazy. All right, let's get into this show. Let's get into this show. Tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw opened up with Bobby Lashley taking on Sheamus. This is the part of the show where I'm going to steal what... let me make sure that I find this. Where Flash says that the men in black here flash them with their little pen, because I think Vince McMahon is probably trying to do that tonight, because we literally just watched Bobby Lashley and Sheamus last week on Raw. Matt says, I need to duck out. Peace out, y'all. Thank you, AEW. Thank you, man, for tuning in. I appreciate it. It was a pleasure seeing you. Yeah, Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus once again. And it was a fine match. It was good. It was all fine. It was all good. But we just seen this match last week. And not only that, but last night Sheamus lost to Drew McIntyre. So why is he facing the world champion? Really? Like, I don't understand the booking in this company whatsoever. And not only that, but the match was like the same length. It was like almost the same amount of time that their match was last week as well, like 16, 17 minutes, something like that. Caden says, was there no disqualifications on Raw tonight? No, there was not. No disqualifications. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there was any roll-ups or anything either. And it still wasn't good. Still wasn't good. Raphael says, isn't it funny how Bianca Belair had to win the Royal Rumble match and Rhea Ripley just had to ask? To make things even more meaningless, Rhea was in the runner-up of the Rumble match. I saw a lot of people saying that she deserves it because she was the runner-up. It's like, I mean, I see that, but being runner-up has never qualified you for getting a championship opportunity. But you know, they were just hotshot booking. That's all they're doing. They realized, they said, damn, we only have 2 more Raws after tonight until WrestleMania, so we gotta start booking this show. We gotta start booking WrestleMania. Like, we're running out of time, damn. So Slick says, honestly, I haven't been watching wrestling. It's boring at the moment, and AEW I haven't tried watching, but it looks good. AEW is good. I enjoy it for the most part. They have their mistakes here and there, and they're nowhere near perfect at all, but they're very enjoyable. And NXT is typically pretty enjoyable as well. They've had a couple of very odd segments here and there lately. Some very odd booking decisions that seem main roster inspired, if I do say so. But other than that, those 2 shows are incredible. It always sucks that they're on at the same time. So like I said, hopefully NXT is still headed to Tuesday. I haven't heard any changes about it, so hopefully it's still headed that way. James says, you don't watch 3 hours of Raw. 3 hours of Raw watches you. The screen stares into your soul. Feels like it. Feels like it. Anthony says, yawning of wrestling is back. Authors of yawning, you mean? Isn't that what you called me last time? I don't know why I yawned during this. I don't know why. Oh my god, and now that we're talking about it, it's like yawning's so contagious, man. Even just talking about it make me yawn again. I'm not tired or anything. Maybe I just need to better breathing techniques when I'm on the mic. Mosley said, I can't remember the last time I watched a full episode of Raw. I wish I could say the same, man. Wish I could say the same. You know, maybe what I'll try doing sometime is covering Raw without watching it. There's a couple of times where I have covered Raw and SmackDown, and I haven't even watched the shows. I didn't even watch them. This was back before I had the post shows, though. But yeah, there were plenty of times where I didn't even watch the shows and I just covered them. Because I am the GOAT like that. Zach says, you yawn more than me during these, and it's currently 4:24 a.m. over here. Oh my god, dude. Just talking about yawning, it makes me want to yawn more. Maybe yawn again. Everyone's just gonna keep passing it on back and forth now. Van says, you guys are watching Raw. Already watched it, unfortunately. DNM says, if Gold can get a bleep, Retropooption deserves a bleep too. Well, you see, YouTube will allow you to say Retropooption, but you know, YouTube will not allow me to say Gold on their platform. Unfortunately, I'll get demonetized. Retropooption, see, it's fine. There's no bleep. But if you want to say Gold, there's a beep. Maybe if you say his real name, Bill Gold. Nope. Still doesn't work, man. I don't get it. Leroy says, has anyone else noticed that most of the runner-ups in the Royal Rumble matches get title matches anyway? I have not. Bob says, you yawn more than me in my first class. I don't know why, man. I only yawn doing this show. Maybe I'm just like so like even talking about Raw is just so boring. But so anyways, we're on the first match, right? Sheamus and Bobby Lashley. So during this match, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin are getting involved in this match, and Bobby Lashley's getting pissed off. He's getting really mad. He's not feeling it. He's not feeling the interference. He feels like he's being disrespected, and because he doesn't want people to think that he needs help to beat up Sheamus. He can beat up Sheamus just fine. Anthony says, what if you get 50,000 a week for not bleeping out gold? Well, then I wouldn't need to rely on that sweet YouTube money. You know what I mean? 50K a week. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I would be going to the moon for 50K a week. Let's see here. Van says, I heard the best thing on Raw is getting fucked up. Yeah, it looks like it, man. It looks like it. But you know what? That's a lie, because the Hurt Business is fine. Hurt Business is fine. DNM says, I don't like what they're doing with the Hurt Business lately. Hashtag save the Hurt Business. I know, like Cedric and Shelton, they lose their tag team championships. They don't get a rematch or anything like that. Like, come on. Really? Come on. And now they're getting scolded by MVP and Bobby Lashley like they're little children. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Bob says, is the camera on the way for the face reveal? No, it is not. I'm still negotiating. Trying to get me a good deal, because this stuff is expensive. The camera is like $850. The Sigma 16 lens is like $400. The Cam Link is like $120. And then I need lights too, and I believe they're like $139 each. So like, it's expensive. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So, but you know, I'm going a buy once approach here, where I'll be future proof, and you know, I'll probably have better quality than most of the people that are on YouTube. So that'll be pretty cool. It'll be weird as hell. It'll be a whole different dynamic when you're sitting, like I'm just sitting here in the dark right now. I'm just chilling. Like I'm just sitting here in the dark. I have my 3 monitors. I'm just reading chat, just chilling. So it's going to be really weird when I have to like look into a camera, and then like I'm going to have lights shining down on my face. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm like presentable to be on a camera too. You know, it's kind of weird. It's gonna be really weird. But I'm excited. I think it'll open up a lot of I think that it'll open up a lot of opportunities and change a lot of stuff for me. Andre says, is your face that pretty that you need a good camera and good lights? Well, so my whole thing is that I'd prefer to, I mean, I have some money. So like for me, it's always about having the best presentation. Like I don't want people to come here, and I don't want to spend like $400 or $500 on some bullshit 720 camera, you know, only later down the line to need another one. So like for me, I'm going to produce a very high quality stream. My sound is very high quality. At least I feel like, I hope it is. I would hope. I would hope that my audio quality is very good. I spent a fortune on it, and I spent a lot of time. Well, I didn't spend a fortune. Some of it was given to me. But I spent a lot of time like figuring out the things to fine tune, how far back I should be from the mic, and what mic I want to use and all that stuff. So for me, it's always like a go big or go home type deal. So I'm trying to like bring the best quality that I can for the stream. And I think that's important. I think that's important when people want to share things, or, you know, even when people want to look at things, you don't want to look at someone who's all like out of focus and stuff. So it'll be nice. And I'm not going to be like lit up like Jesus or something, you know. I'm not like, it's not that kind of light. It's more so like, so I watched too much YouTube. Maybe that's what it is. So, okay. So it's kind of to like set you apart from things. So you have one to shine on you, to like shine on one of your, one side of your face. And then you have another one pointing towards like the other side of your face, kind of like towards the back. And then you have one in the background as well. So you're kind of like separating yourself from it. And then the really nice lens will, make me in focus and then make my background blurry, you know? Just take a selfie? No, why would I do that? You know, like when the time actually comes to do a face reveal, it's not just gonna happen. You know, I'm gonna hype that shit up for as long as I possibly can. I'm gonna create videos. I'm gonna sell the hell out of that. And I hope that there's like 10 million people here to watch. It'll be crazy. And then everyone will just be rude. I would assume. Zach says, I'll be here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday under 5 a.m. or not, because that's what being a good disciple is all about. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hackboy says, I bet you're a handsome guy. Uh-oh. I don't know about that. I do have a beautiful beard, though. Beautiful. Maybe you hear it. Van says, so what? The AOW Underground costs just a little more than that? Just a little bit more. Just 69 million US. I saw first says, hopefully your voice matches your face. Bro, I know exactly what you're talking about, because there's a lot of people that I watch play games on YouTube, right? And like, I'll watch them for years and years and years and years. And then they'll finally do a face reveal. And then it just like, it legit fucks up my entire world. It ruins everything. It's like, damn. Like, oh, this is weird now. This is weird, because this isn't what I pictured you to look like. This is weird. So I'm assuming it'll probably be like that for a lot of people. We'll see. And then everyone will disappear. Pretty much. We'll have like 1,000 people here, and then I'll do my gimmicks, and then everyone will leave. Like a blind date. Damn. That'd be a rough one. But I think it needs to happen, because I feel like I can do more. If I'm actually like a person that everyone sees. So it'll happen. Eventually. Let's see here. Van says Ryback versus Big Oof versus Gold in the main event of WrestleMania, the end of the world. Yeah. Pretty much. Anthony says put a Fiend mask on. There will be a gimmick, but it won't be a Fiend mask. I saw it first says you should wear a luchador mask. You know, that is something that I considered. I thought that'd be a pretty interesting thing to do. Not that like I'm some weird burnt deformed freak or anything. Like, I'm just a normal person, but I was thinking like having a character would be kind of cool. You know, kind of like Excalibur, you know, how he's always got the gimmick on when he does all the stuff. I thought that would be pretty cool. I don't know, maybe it's something I'll consider. I found some really cool ones. Jaden says, I hate being on camera. Yeah, me too. I hate getting pictures taken of myself. I don't like being in videos or any of that stuff. Like, that's just never been me. I've just never been a fan of that. So that's why it's going to be a little bit interesting to just be in front of a camera. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do. Plus, I feel like it'll make the show a lot more different. I feel like a lot of people probably tune in and see a screen and they're like, okay, I'm done. So, you know, I just kind of want to have it on the whole time. Marcel says just do the face reveal and you don't have to have it on your face after that. No, I would want to do it. I'd want to do it the whole time. And it'll push me further to my goal of being on Quizzlemania. I want to be on Quizzlemania so bad. I would get last place for sure. I would for surely get last place, but you know what? I would love to be on Quizzlemania. And I have to be a person, I think, to be on Quizzlemania. I don't think they would let me just be a little black area with a logo on it or something. I think it'd be fun on Quizzlemania. I think it'd be fun. You know, maybe they'll let me do the Sting gimmick or something. Maybe I could do the Sting gimmick on on Quizzlemania. Chloe says corporate AOW coming soon. Yeah, hell yeah. Marcel says Andrade versus Phoenix, please. Hell yeah. I would love to see that match. That would be crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I have some ideas. We'll see. Maybe I will buy a lucha mask. That'd be a lot of fun. James Wheeler says Ryback and Mark Henry for AOW Underground. Ooh, that's a thick boy match, huh? Thick boy one. I see Bob with some FTFs, some fuck that fucks, and some jam that jam. Yeah. See, I think I have a lot of fun, weird gimmicks, nicknames, and all that sort of stuff. I think I'd fit right in. I think I'd fit in perfectly with the Quizzlemania crew. So that's my goal. When I do this whole face cam stuff, eventually I want to be on Quizzlemania. Jaden says, laugh my ass off like the little black screen with just your name on the Zoom calls. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Anthony says, Andrade versus AOW. I would never fight the GOAT. Bob says, dethrone the Queen of the Ring. Did she win again? I was watching it, but I didn't watch all of it. Okay, anyways, sorry. We got derailed. Wildly derailed. Again. Okay, so talking about the show. First match. Sheamus, Bobby Lashley. We saw it last week. Don't need to see it again. Okay. Bobby Lashley is mad that Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin were interfering in the match and cheated. He did not like it. He felt like it was disrespectful to him. He felt like that it made people think that he had to cheat to beat Sheamus. I like the idea, but I don't like the idea of them breaking up the Hurt Business. Okay? Not cool. Use a Juventud Guerrera mask. Oh God. I found some really cool one. I found a really cool one on Amazon, I think. I might revisit that idea. But I have another idea too. I can't tell you what it is because I think it would be very special to do it. I mean, I could still do it with a lucha mask on. I could still do it. But it'd be a lot more money. It would cost me a fortune. My plan is hopefully I could like use the items and then like return them after the first show because I would only need them for like 3 minutes, if even. So we'll see. Have I started watching Money Heist? No, I have not. I have not had like any extra time whatsoever. I do the show. I watch Raw. I hang out and do the show and chill for about 2 hours. And then I'm back to work until like 3-ish in the morning. And then I go to bed and it's crazy. Bosley says, I'm going to go AOWC Friday. Thank you, man, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much. Ayan says AOW, I think Her Business might break up soon, which is a stupid decision. I hope not. Anthony says use the AOW mask, like a custom one. That'd be cool. I don't know how that would work though. How does one have a lucha mask made? You know, I also need someone to, when I do, so, okay, hold on. We're going to get into the show, but I just want to mention this one last thing. So when I do the face reveal stuff, it all has to be tied together. It's all going to be one big thing. So I'm not just going to do the face reveal and then like just kind of put my face on the screen and do it, yada, yada, yada. Like the face reveal comes with the camera, it comes with the lights, and it comes with new assets. So I think that right now I need to start looking for someone who can. I have a really cool idea. I have two really cool ideas that I want to do in terms of assets. If you've never heard of Dr. Disrespect, that's who I would point you to. He has really cool assets, and I want to do something very similar to that. But I need someone to do them for me, and I'm not sure how much it's going to cost. So I have to find someone who can bring my vision to life, and then, like, man, that stream is going to be crazy as hell. I'm so excited for it. DNM says, all right, man, I got to wake up early tomorrow for college. Take care. Thank you, man, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Always a pleasure chatting with you as well. Hopefully you have a good day at school tomorrow. Bob says AOW versus Mr. Davis. Yeah, hopefully, he would lose more than me. That would be my goal. I saw first says, I've never seen a wrestling podcaster with wrestling face paint if you're skillful enough. Yeah, I don't think that's something I'd want to do. That'd be too much work. Like, there's a lot of times still, even to this day, that I'm like, God damn it. Like, I don't want to cover Raw or SmackDown tonight. I just don't want to watch them. And this even goes for Dynamite and NXT too, because it's so chaotic to watch both of them. But it's like, damn, I don't want to do these. And then it's like, damn, now I have to do a post show afterwards too for like 2 hours. So like, I definitely don't want to be like, oh, well, I have to watch Raw and then I have to like paint my face or something. And then I have to like do a show and then I have to like clean my face off from paint. Like, I think that'd be way too much of a task. Plus I would have to like do it someday, like at some time between Raw, like the ending of Raw and like the beginning of the show, or else I would just have to like sit around with face paint on for like 5 hours. It'd be pretty crazy. Flash says, AOW, I gotta drop it here. See you on Wednesday. And remember, not only that Hangman fucks, but also AJ rocks. Hell yeah, my friend. Thank you for tuning in, Flash. I appreciate it. See you on Wednesday. Bob says, take a day off when you need it. No, I mean, I will if I actually need them. I don't. It's just that these shows aren't great. And, social media and all that stuff is all about being consistent. So it's all good. It's all good. Chloe says, I can imagine how WrestleMania week is going to be for you. Going to be hectic. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Crazy as hell. Ayan says, AOW, where do you live? Just a skin? Wait, what? I don't think I quite understand. I mean, if you're asking me where I live in Oregon in the United States. All right. I'll monitor for a follow-up to that. But next up, we found out that Charlotte tweeted that she had COVID and was recovering from it. So hopefully the queen is all good and fine and is recovering. And hopefully she'll be back in action pretty soon. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, especially when we're so close to the end of it. People are getting vaccines and all that stuff. So seems like she's pretty good. Doesn't seem like anyone was worried about it. And Andrade quote tweeted her saying that she's only got like 4 more days. Marcel says, Seattle? I live probably about 4 hours away from Seattle. About 4 hours. Andre says 2 weeks to the greatest week in wrestling history. Yeah. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I think. Ayan says, I hope not. Charlotte comes and insert herself to make it a triple threat. I would probably expect to see that. Leroy says, I'm getting a vaccine tomorrow. Nice, man. Very nice. I'm not getting one till forever because I just think that's the way it is for me. I don't think I can get them. I think my fiance gets one at the beginning of next month because of her job, but we'll see. 19 days away from Mania. It's so crazy. Next up, I thought this was pretty wild. They showed us a replay of the Randy Orton and Fiend feud. Said that Randy Orton would be summoning the Fiend. And then right after all of that, they said that later on they're going to show a video package of the Randy Orton and Fiend feud words. And that Like they showed another hype picture for it. So they like showed the entire video package for The Fiend and Randy Orton, hyped it up, and then said that they would be showing it again and like hyped up another screen. Like, Zach says, wait for it. He says, I swear my brain is not ready for a week straight of wrestling. So much good shit. I hope anyway. I hope so too, man. I hope so too. Jan says your face reveal is more hype than WrestleMania. God, at this point, pretty much. Andre says 3 weeks to Mania, 2 weeks to start Raw, then Hall of Fame, then NXT Night 1, 2, etc., etc. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Marcel says Raw is recap. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Next up, we saw Asuka taking on Peyton Royce. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I thought that this match was good. At the beginning, they didn't really seem like they connected very well, chemistry-wise. Things didn't hit very well. Everything seemed kind of soft. Like they weren't connecting very well. Later on, it got much better, though. Much better by the end. And like I said, this is, if I were Booker Man, AOW Booker Man, this kind of match is exactly how I would base my show. Like I would base my show off of these styles of matches. I think these are important. I think this is how everything should really function when you have champions wrestling in the ring in non-title matches. Asuka should have won. She did win, so that's great. And then you had Asuka kicking ass, but then you also had Peyton Royce kicking ass. And you need that aspect when you're trying to build up a division of any sorts. If you want to make people look like they're an actual threat or that they can hold their own, the best way to do it is to have them look like a threat and hold their own. It's pretty straightforward. So typically what WWE would do is they would have this be a 3-4 minute match, and Asuka would beat Peyton Royce, and then the next week Peyton Royce would roll up Asuka or something like that and get a surprise victory, and then you would get a title match, and then she would get squashed again. And it's just like none of it translates because it doesn't do anything for anyone. And so when you have that happen, you have Asuka going up against Peyton Royce for 3 weeks with Peyton doing almost nothing, but still earning title shots. What happens when Asuka beats her and then she's done? What they do is Peyton exits, next person comes in, and they do the exact same thing. So they're never building anyone up. They're just buying time for feuds and doing things to buy time. And it doesn't get anyone anywhere. And it makes the wrestlers look dumb. It makes the championship less prestigious. And it just doesn't connect to the audience as well. Like, this stuff does not connect to me. I don't enjoy it. But this match with Asuka and Peyton Royce, fantastic. We need more of these. And of course, not every match needs to be 15 minutes long. Of course, there can be shorter ones for certain aspects and certain things, but for the most part, this is how things should be. And I've seen a couple people complain saying like, what? You're telling me that 99% of the matches should end with a clean finish? Yes, I do. Because that's how it should be. Like, could you imagine if a basketball game didn't end like clean every time? How often is it that they go into like a triple overtime or something like that, or a double overtime? Or how often is it that well, I think it happens pretty often. But you know, like playoff games going all the way to game 7 or whatever it is. I think it happens often, but you know, most of the time in sports, things are decisive. I mean, I guess a better thing to compare it to would be UFC, I guess. You know, there actually was a disqualification in UFC like 2 weeks ago where a guy lost his title too in the disqualification. The guy actually kneed the dude in the face, and it was crazy looking. And the guy actually lost his belt and the other guy got it. So like, just everything should be clean for the most part. And then it makes it more effective when you do those roll-ups, those disqualifications, those distractions. Like, they make so much more sense. Interferences as well, you could throw those in there. they make so much more sense when they happen less often, and their impact is much stronger. Much stronger. Temsil says, I need Randy to beat The Fiend. Oh, that'd be a death wish for The Fiend. Most people already think it's over for The Fiend. That would just be icing on the cake. James says, AOW Underground in high school gyms or arenas. Hell nah, man. Hell nah. AOW Underground is going to have its own thing, like its own area. It's going to be crazy. Picture the old Raw is War. The old Raw is War intro. That's your AOW Underground right there. Hell yeah. Anthony says, could you imagine if the Super Bowl ended in DQ by Vince? It's like, I just don't get it. Zach says that knee was dirty though. Peter Fan versus Aljamain Sterling. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Bob says AOW Underground on the moon. Andre says, will you hire Omos as security? No, we're gonna have Ric Flair, baby. Ric Flair. Philip says my debut was on January 4th. I feel like I've read that. Is that a spam, Philip? Is that a spam, my friend? Basili says, oh, make it like the Hardy compound. Yeah, like the old Raw's War. I'll show you. Maybe I'll show. I don't know if I can. Raw's War intro. Do. Yeah. All right, hold up. Oh my God, I hate it when things are named the same. So it's kind of like the shitty old destroyed building. Save image. Raw's War. Philip says no. Philip's gonna hold every championship. Oh man, what a heel. What a heel. All right, this is what I'm talking about. This is my vision. My vision. Can I? Oh this old destroyed building, you know what I mean? You catching the vibes? So you have an abandoned industrial area or whatever like that, broken windows. There's no actual door. It's just a huge hole in the wall. You come in, you got bum fires all over the place to light up everything, and you got the ring in there. Hell yeah. That's AOW Underground right there. That is AOW Underground. Huge hit. Leroy says, remember the first rule of AOW Underground. Do not talk about AOW Underground. That's right. Chloe says, you're going to be ringside making steaks during the matches? Oh, absolutely. Everyone in attendance gets a free juicy thick boy during their attendance. Jan says the most irritating segment was when Shane McMahon was singing. Yeah. Ugh. Eric says the good old Monday Night Raw intro, 1997. Yes. It's so good, man. So good. Victor says AOW Underground could be like how they filmed Lucha Underground. It was a big warehouse in downtown LA, and inside they were divided into the main ring and another spot, the office, and so on and so on. Yep, you're kind of getting the idea. Yep. Definitely some inspiration from Lucha Underground with the idea. Don't forget the sausages, medium rare steaks. You got it. I really wish that there was someone to actually put on a promotion like Lucha Underground, because I think Lucha Underground is such a really cool, unique idea. Someone should capitalize on it, because I personally, I think that there is a place in the wrestling world for something like that. I definitely do. And I would even be totally okay with a totally scripted cinematic experience as well. You just have fans in attendance for the shoot the matches exactly how you want them, film them in front of the crowd and all that stuff. That'd be really cool. But it would have to have the vibe to it. It would have to have the vibe. So originally, when I was coming up with plans for all this stuff, I wanted it to be Egyptian, but I feel like it'd be too much work. Marcel says Banks versus Belair main event is top 10 trending right now. Oh God. Oh God. Here we go again, huh? It's not trending for me. Not for me. Enough is enough is trending though, and that's how I feel. All right, enough is enough. Chloe says Humberto's gonna be the face of AOW Underground. Oh hell no, hell no. All right, so next up we had a special episode of Miz TV that was a WrestleMania edition of it. No Hack says, hey, AW, my bad for being in and out of the stream, but I'm gonna try to be here on Wednesday, but good night. No worries, man. Thank you so much for becoming a disciple. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. So yeah, hopefully I will see you on Wednesday. Have a good rest of your night, my friend. Bob says AOW versus bearded Brock Lesnar. You guys trying to get me killed? You guys trying to get me killed? What the hell, man? It was like 30 minutes ago. Crazy. Crazy. All right. I'm done with Twitter. I gotta get through this. We got 14 minutes. 14 minutes to run through the show. All right. So special WrestleMania edition of Miz TV here. You know, it's kind of interesting that they do Miz TV and they don't do the dirt sheet stuff. Kind of interesting, you know, considering it's both of them. They just do the Miz's gimmick. That's cool. So anyways, what ended up happening was they're debuting a new song next week called Hey Hey Hop Hop, and they're in bunny suits. So get ready for that. You're gonna watch a music video next week. Miz and Morrison, Hey Hey Hop Hop, world premiere next Monday on Monday Night Raw. After this, The Miz challenged Bad Bunny to a match at WrestleMania. And afterwards, Bad Bunny came and attacked him, I believe, with a guitar, grabbed a mic and said he accepts. So currently, it looks like we're going to see The Miz and Bad Bunny in a singles match. The Miz versus Bad Bunny in a singles match. They even got the WrestleMania gimmick match card here for it. Kind of interesting. I always thought that it would be Damian Priest and Bad Bunny versus The Miz and John Morrison. Maybe this will get changed. Damian Priest was not with Bad Bunny tonight either. So I don't know. Maybe they'll have the Miz TV next week as well. They'll premiere the song and then maybe Damian Priest will attack The Miz or John Morrison and then they'll change it into a tag match. I definitely feel like it needs to be a tag match. For sure. You know, I'm sure Bad Bunny's been training for like 2 or 3 months, which is cool. Like I have no problem with Bad Bunny having a match at WrestleMania, to be honest with you. He's not really hurting anything here. So, but can The Miz carry Bad Bunny to a good match? And I think the answer is nah to that one. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Hell, I thought that Pat McAfee thought his match would be a complete joke. I thought that Shaq's match would be a complete joke. And I was wrong. So I'm kind of done doubting celebrities coming in. So maybe it'll be good. Who knows? Bob says change the Bad Bunny match to a tag match, please. That's what I would do. That is what I would do. Andre says Damian Priest deserves to be in the card. I hope they change it to a tag team. Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of a shame to build up. Damian Priest this whole time just to have him not even be a part of WrestleMania. Seems kind of odd to me. So I would assume next week we'll see this match changed. Chloe says I can't wait to see Bad Bunny's ring gear though. You know, he had some Yeezy slides on the other day. Last week. I want some Yeezy slides so bad. They're so hard to get though. They have foam runners. Foam runners are going on sale on Friday. So that's going to be a really shitty day for me. I have to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to try to buy shoes. And then, oh God. At least it's not WrestleMania week though. Let's see here. Next up, we had a fantastic segment here with AJ Styles and Omos. This was really good. The New Day came out and they were like, how are you going to beat us? You don't even know Omos. Like, what's his favorite color? What's his favorite ice cream? Who's his favorite wrestler? All this stuff. I thought this was really great. And this gave us the amazing, hopefully there's like lots of gifts from this and all that, because I loved this. I love this. AJ Styles, Uncle Allen, nerdy as hell, gyrating his hips in the middle of the ring, singing, "Hey, J rocks. Hey, J rocks. Hey, J rocks." I loved it. I loved it. I don't think AJ Styles can do any harm. Like, this guy could literally do whatever the hell it is that he wants. And I think it'll be entertaining just because it's AJ Styles. One of the greatest wrestlers of all time, if you ask me, up there with Daniel Bryan. I love Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles so much. So good. So good. Next up, with that, we had the match here with AJ Styles taking on Kofi Kingston. Chloe says AOW is currently gyrating his chair while singing. I was, if you could hear it. Sometime soon you'll be able to see it. I don't know exactly when, but everyone will know, that is for sure. So this match between AJ Styles and Kofi Kingston was great. It's great. You can't forget that Kofi Kingston is a former WWE champion not too long ago. Not too long ago. So it was great. This was a great match. The finish was a little interesting, if I do say so myself. So AJ Styles went to go hit the phenomenal forearm on Kofi, and Xavier Woods started playing the trumpet, whatever the hell it is that he has. And it distracted AJ Styles. And when he went up to go hit it again, Kofi was able to come to his senses and was able to counter it. So Kofi got the win over AJ Styles. And this is the first time that AJ Styles has lost in quite a while. Quite a while. Very interesting. Very interesting that they used AJ's winning streak and protection for this tag team stuff. Certainly not what I saw coming. I thought that they were building up AJ Styles for Triple H. I really did. That's what I was looking forward to. But Bob says, I'm surprised Omos didn't say he was inspired by the Great Khali. He loves Andre the Giant, man. Anthony says, since Elimination Chamber, it's been a while. Well, Elimination Chamber doesn't really count because that's not really necessarily a one-on-one. It's been a while. I think Sean Ross Sapp tweeted it out, the exact date. Let me see if I can find it really quick while we are on the subject here. Let's see here. Where is it? Mandy Rose. This was before that. Okay, maybe it was after that. This was the first time that AJ Styles has been pinned in a one-on-one match since October 2nd. That's crazy. So October, November, December, January, February, March. It has been 5 months since AJ Styles has taken an L in a singles match. And they gave it to Kofi. Gave it to Kofi. Pretty cool. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. All right, where are we at? Next up, Sheamus was backstage giving a... currently counting on his fingers. Next up, we had a backstage segment here with Sheamus getting interviewed about Drew McIntyre and the stuff that happened at the beginning of the show. And of course, silly man himself, Matthew Riddle, was rolling around on his scooter, just scooting around, and he pulls up to Sheamus, asking him some silly questions about if he's seen the Loch Ness Monster, if Drew McIntyre has ever come to visit him, and yada, yada, yada. Sheamus picks up the scooter, asks him if it's easy to ride, and he says, yes, I just oiled the bearings or whatever, greased the bearings or something like that. And then Sheamus, he's a bad man. He hits Matthew Riddle right in the stomach, lays him right out, and then throws the scooter to the ground. What a heel. And you know what? At the end of the day, Sheamus was just upset. Riddle hurt his feelings because deep down, he's been waiting for Matt Riddle to approach him backstage with some lucrative business opportunities. And he came out with him with the Loch Ness Monster crap. He came at him with the Ireland stuff about meeting Drew McIntyre and yada, yada, yada. Sheamus just wants to go to the moon. You know? He just wants to go to the moon. He just wants those lucrative business opportunities that Riddle had presented to Shinsuke Nakamura just one night before, just less than 24 hours ago. He's a businessman at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Bob says Sheamus for US champ. I could certainly see that happening. Could definitely see that happening. Sheamus versus Matt Riddle, WrestleMania. I'm surprised that we didn't see this match get made. I'm surprised. Zach says the Loch Ness Monster is Scottish, not Irish. Riddle done fucked up. We know he was high. He was high. And you know what? He was floating on the moon. That's his excuse. Chloe said, irritating Irish Sheamus. There you go. Anthony says, did you ever have a scooter? Of course. Scooters, like when I was a kid, scooters came out, like that was the shit, dude. Those Razor scooters, man. Yeah, I had me one of them. Hell yeah. Zach Stone says it's 420 somewhere, right? Always. Let's see here. Next up, we had Drew McIntyre taking on Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander at the same time in a handicap match. Victor says Sheamus said kiss my grits. Did he really? See, it further proves my point. He wanted the lucrative business opportunities. That's all he wanted. I can't say I blame him. Andre says if it is Riddle versus Sheamus, it'll be a great match. Hell yeah. I think that'd be great. So yeah, Drew McIntyre takes on Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin at the same time in a handicap match here. If Drew McIntyre wins this match, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander are not allowed to they're not allowed to be at ringside at WrestleMania. Zach says, damn, I'm starting to spam, but that stuff from Cedric on that Claymore was chef's kiss. I couldn't agree more, man. Cedric Alexander is next level in the selling department. And don't worry, man, you're not spamming. Spamming is like posting the same thing over and over and over and over again. You know, just like over and over and over. Typing different things, that's not spamming. That's just being a part of the chat. Would I join Riddle? Yes. Hell yeah, I would. We would both be going to the moon. And I'd set up AOW Underground there. Marcel says burying the tag division. Yeah, I hated that. Hated it. James says, what day would you prefer to have AOW Underground on? Thursday or Saturday? Monday. We're going head to head. I thought this match was pretty good overall. I thought it was great, but it's never a good look to have one person beat up two people at the end of the day. Cedric and Shelton, they just came off of losing their Raw Tag Team Championships, which is brutal enough in itself. They're not getting a rematch. They're not involved in anything whatsoever. They're just getting beat up by Drew McIntyre, and they're being scalded like children by MVP and Bobby Lashley. So it was after this match, they're backstage. MVP was telling them that they have embarrassed the Hurt Business. They've embarrassed him and Bobby Lashley, and they counted on them to make things right from earlier. Bobby Lashley was pissed as well. Came up to them, yelled at them, scolded them as well, and said, look, if you guys aren't able to get the job done, then I will find someone else who will. He goes on through the locker room and comes back into the locker room and tells everyone that If someone can take out Drew McIntyre ahead of WrestleMania, then he will grant them a WWE Championship opportunity. The people in said locker room while he was saying this was Akira Tozawa, Humberto Carrillo, Drew Gulak, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metalik, and Ricochet. So I'm not sure if this extends further to other people as well, or if this is just only available to the guys that were in the room. Like I said earlier, though, I really like this idea. I just don't like the execution of the people who were in the room, because I don't think any of these people can take out Drew McIntyre. And to be honest with you, I don't think this entire group of people could take out Drew McIntyre when we're talking in terms of WWE's booking. These are the people that have just been chasing around R-Truth and the 24/7 championship for the past year. So, I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see next week on Raw. I'm assuming that Drew McIntyre is going to have two barriers in front of him each week, something that is trying to stop him from getting to WrestleMania. Chloe says, hashtag Humberto for WWE champion. It would be a cold day in hell if Humberto Carrillo became WWE champion. I couldn't do it. Anthony says, what if Gold was in the room and we got another spear versus spear match? Oh my, could you imagine? Could you imagine next week on Monday Night Raw if Bobby Lashley has like a little segment and he's going out there with MVP and they're like, hey, look, we're trying to stop Drew McIntyre and this is where I gave this speech backstage. And then it's the same thing that we saw on Raw last week, but the footage is extended and the cameraman like pans over and you just see Gold or Brock Lesnar sitting there. That'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Bob says, hashtag free Tommy End. Yes, please. Please. Chloe says, I can see Lucha House Party in a handicap match with Drew McIntyre. Definitely. I could definitely see that. Marcel says, so someone just speculated that this last minute Lucha match addition to AEW is to set up Andrade because he and Pentagon have family history. I will cry. I will cry. If Andrade ends up in AEW within like days, that would be the craziest thing ever. I would love that so much. I would be so happy. Especially if Thea Trinidad was there with him. Oh, please. I'm going to be so hyped for Dynamite now. So hyped. That's going to be incredible. Next up, we saw an in-ring performance here from Jackson Ryker, Elias, and Shane McMahon. Why, you ask? Because Braun Strowman is stupid. Braun Strowman is stupid. Okay? Braun Strowman is dumb. He's a big dumb. And I think we all get it because they've been telling us that for 4 weeks now. Whatever it is. Zach Stone says, choo choo monster train. Marcel says, choo choo. Baby, yes, choo choo. I can't. Always says, Braun run fast like train. So the reasoning behind this is that Elias did not have time to prepare for his match last night at Fastlane against Braun Strowman. So they're giving him another opportunity. Why? I mean, they could have at least just made it Jackson Ryker or something, right? I mean, I guess that would have been fine. James says a triple threat: Raw versus Elevation versus Underground. That's right. Andre says, can someone put Braun's face on Thomas the Train? I'm sure someone's already done it. If not, I'd be very sad. And if not, I might have to do it myself. Marcel says Braun versus Shane in a railroad match. There you go. It'll be interesting to see what kind of stipulation they're going to do. Probably a steel cage, you think? Hell in a Cell? Something to keep them in close quarters? Because that's what I would imagine, right? Legendary says, where do you think Andrade will end up? I hope that he ends up in AEW. That's what I'm going for. I'm trying to will that into existence. Van says, yo, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you again. Chloe says, we're going to take the Strowman Express to AEW Underground. No, thank you. Not welcome at AEW Underground. Not this. Zach says, cage match was the first thing I thought of, to be honest. Yeah, I think it would fit. I don't want to see this match. I have no interest in it. Like, the faster it gets over, the happier that I'll be. Braun Strowman's probably going to throw Shane McMahon off of something very high or through something crazy. So it is what it is. It'll be exciting to see, but other than that, I don't really care. Bob says, I hope Andrade ends up in a contract where he can work in AEW and CMLL. You know, I don't know. Maybe. Could be very possible. Could be very possible. Anthony says, what if it's a slime match? Oh, that would fit in perfectly, wouldn't it? Andre says, will I have a gimmick? I think so. He said in any match that you want, he accepts. Legendary says, nah, Andrade will either end up in New Japan, CMLL, Ring of Honor, or AAA. Just my dreams, man. My hopes and my dreams. Andrade is my favorite wrestler, and I would hope that I don't want to have to start watching another wrestling show. I'm already pretty busy. Van says, hey, we were getting Lacey versus Charlotte, but now it's Asuka versus Rhea. A miracle. Yeah, that's talk about an upgrade. I did not want to see Lacey versus Charlotte, especially with Lacey as the champion. Oh, good Lord. So yeah, of course, Braun Strowman gets the win here over Elias. The match is made. It is official. Braun Strowman will take on Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. Good load. And actually, that's your Monday Night Raw main event match. Braun Strowman versus Elias. You love to see it, right? You love to see it. Next up, we had Randy Orton summoning the Fiend. This was essentially kind of just the gimmicky stuff that we saw last night here. Randy Orton comes out. He's pissed off. He says that it's been 3 months, but it feels like a day. And I wish that I could say the same. I wish that I could say the same because it's been a brutal 3 months for me. A brutal 3 months trying to watch all of this stuff. So hopefully it's almost over. Hopefully this ends at WrestleMania. There's no way. There's no way that it can go on longer, right? Please. WWE, please don't do this to us. We don't deserve this. Please. Please. So, anyways, Alexa Bliss comes out with her Jack in the Box toy once again. She's winding it up and it pops open this time. It's creepy. Creepy little sock looking Fiend thing with some yellow straw hanging off of it. And shortly after, lights go down in typical Fiend fashion here. And then the screeching comes, or the fire comes, actually like Kane style. The Fiend is standing there. The red lights are back on. The screeching is there as well. And the Fiend is just standing there staring down Randy Orton. Now, Randy Orton brought something to the ring with him in a black bag. He goes over and unveils it, and it's another gas can. So Randy Orton is just staring at the Fiend. The Fiend is just staring at Randy Orton. The Fiend has not moved a muscle since he showed up. And Randy is just splashing gasoline on the Fiend. Once again. And I said, oh my God. I was like, if they light the Fiend on fire again, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose my marbles if they do this again. Thankfully, they didn't. He keeps splashing the Fiend here with gasoline, and eventually the Fiend attacks him. Gives him, the Fiend goes to attack him, and Randy Orton hits him with an RKO. Fiend is laid out in the middle of the ring in gasoline and all of that. Alexa Bliss distracts Randy Orton. Fiend gets up. Fiend hits Randy Orton with a mandible claw, and that is it. After that, Alexa Bliss and the Fiend are standing there similar to the way that they were standing last night, and Alexa Bliss points up at the WrestleMania sign, and just like that, just a second later, you got the match card. The Fiend versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. It is official. It is official. The Fiend in the match card looks weird. He does not look anything like the mask looks so much different. It must just be the purple coloring and the red coloring from the lights, but the attire is really weird. It doesn't look like the clothes that he was wearing when he got set on fire. But I don't know. I can't see this match remaining just a regular singles match. It doesn't have a gimmick attached to it yet. So who knows? Who knows what could happen? Maybe another Firefly Funhouse match between the Fiend and Randy Orton this time instead of John Cena. I have no idea, but that is how this week's episode of Monday Night Raw closed out. Alexa Bliss and the Fiend standing there with pyro going off left and right, and Alexa Bliss pointing, of course, at the WrestleMania sign. That is a wrap for Monday Night Raw. Bob says, I'm so happy that Maki Ito got her Twitter back. Me too. Yeah, she was apparently hacked or something. That sucks. That sucks. JVOJ says Bo Dallas should join his brother. I mean, maybe it would be interesting to see what they can do, I guess. You know? I'm open to it. Doing something different. Oh, I see people bringing back the main event, Banks vs. Belair. Sasha Banks just liked one of them. It's posting up on my feed. They should have had a better story. The story's not there. The feud's not that hot for them to be the main event. Maybe that'll change over the next 3 episodes of SmackDown. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how I feel about that, though. Anthony says, what if it's the Vince under the Fiend mask? That'd be the craziest swerve of all time. It was me all along, everyone. It was me. Marcel says, well, Drew versus Bobby ain't that hot either. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah. You're right. Vance says, haha, hashtag restore the Snyderverse is trending again. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse should always be trending, if you ask me. Always. That's what I love to see. Love to see me some Snyderverse. Also, Microsoft is in talks to buy Discord. Very interesting. And if that happens, I think I'll be very, very happy. Marcel says restore the Iyer cut is trending. Big movement. He deserves his movie to be made as well. He deserves it. You know, these people work so hard on these movies and they just come in and crush them, destroy them, and make the garbage that we got. That Suicide Squad movie was terrible. That first Justice League movie was terrible. It was terrible. And now look, that Justice League movie that we got was amazing. The only difference that I see here that is a very big difference is that they're working on another Suicide Squad movie right now that's going to be released. So they probably don't want to have another one released, if that makes sense. You know, depending on how long it would take to make an Ayer cut of it. Bob says, have a good night, OW. I have to go. Thank you, man, for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure chatting with you, Bob. Have a good rest of your night, my friend. And I'm about to dip out of here as well. It's been 2 hours and 14 minutes, and I got some work to do, man. I got some work to do. JVOJ says, Warner Bros. Are a bunch of pricks. They pretty much confirm there won't be any sequels and said a hashtag isn't going to change their minds. Well, I mean, a hashtag pretty much changed their mind last time. You know? I mean, that's what all of this was. You know, and like I said, the Ayer cut, I completely understand. I get it, because they're making another Suicide Squad, but they're not doing anything else with Justice League. They might as well do it. Might as well. Chloe says John Cena is in the Suicide Squad movie. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Marcel says the new Suicide Squad looks better, to be honest, and that good director is a part of it. Guardians of the Galaxy is good. Yeah. I agree. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are really good movies. You know, I was worried when they put Guardians of the Galaxy and Infinity War and stuff like that. I thought that the vibes and everything would be thrown off, but it was perfect. They executed it perfect. I loved it. They did a really good job with that. Van says WrestleMania is not worth watching for me. Yeah, it might not be for most people, to be honest. It's not looking that great this year. But all right, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Always a pleasure to hang out and chat with you guys, considering that we hardly talk about Raw or SmackDown half the time. Yeah, like I said, always a pleasure. Zach said, thanks for the show, Detective. It's 5:26 a.m. over here, and I'm about to pass out. See you back here on Wednesday for the rest. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you, man. I'm leaving as well, but thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for being a disciple as well. Marcel says Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite MCU solo film. It's a good one. The Swerve Soj says, hi. Hello, my friend. Unfortunately, I'm about to dip out, though. Thank you for tuning in, though. Just a little bit too late. Yeah. Anyways, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow on Instagram, and then I will see you on Wednesday for the AEW Dynamite post show. Have a good rest of your night, and hopefully you guys all go to the moon. Oh, JBOJ says no picture for Philip. Is he here? I'll give 2 seconds for Philip if he's here. Philip. Paging Philip. This is your Authors of Wrestling from AOW Mart. Paging a heel Philip before we get off the show here. Is Philip in the Mart right now? Looking for Philip. Something about a Carlito picture? Something about a show ending? Not seeing a Carlito. Or, god damn it. Not seeing a Philip. No Philip, it looks like. No Philip. Ayan says a moon for you. Ayan is going to the moon. Legendary says goodbye and good night. Bang. All right. Anyways, no Philip. That means no Carlito picture. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good rest of your night. Peace.